Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new day. In fact, it's a new year. Welcome to Girl Talk, Girl Talk. I am your favorite host, Lillian Bettis, and I am so excited to be back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking out through season 1. If you haven't heard season 1, go check it out. It was an episode of The Truth About College, and now welcome to season 2. I am super excited for this. A lot of new updates. First and foremost, I want to apologize. I'm sorry, guys, that I took forever, but cue Andy Mineo's new song, Life Got in the Way. But we're back and we're better. As you can see, if you're not following us on our YouTube channel, please do so. It's girlt.realt, Girl Talk, Real Talk by Lillian Bettis. You'll see that's a lot of new production, a new studio, a new set. I want to give a huge shout out to my editor and producer, Travis Woodley. Thank you, bro, for everything that you do, both seen and unseen, that I know about, that I don't know about. God will bless you 100-fold, and I appreciate you. Thank you. But 2021 was definitely a year that I had planned out, but it didn't go to plan according to plan. Apparently God had different plans for me. So hence why I'm still here in Denver. But my plans were to move to New York, to London, or to Oklahoma. Drastic changes, I know, but none of that happened, and I'm still here in Denver. For the longest time, I thought it was a setback. And now as I reflect and I understand, and I'm a little bit more mature, just a little bit. I understand that it was God's setup the entire time. I met some incredible people, some amazing people that are just courageous in the faith and what they do and their commitment, and just beautiful souls, and just with hearts of gold. And I'm so fortunate to call these people my friend, who have now turned into family. So if you're watching this, thank you for lifting me up always when I needed it. Thank you for pushing me when I needed it. Thank you for pulling my ears when I needed it. So I want to thank you. Thank you very much. But in 2021, guys, I'm in a lot of great community, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get started into the show. How many of you guys heard that saying, tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are? I used to hate that saying in high school, because I used to think about all my ghetto friends, and I'm like, all the things we used to do, ditching school, like go doing all this other stuff. And it's true. The truth hurts, guys. Sorry. But you are an average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So start thinking about the people who you surround yourself with. What are the things that they do? What are the things that they like? What are the characteristics that they carry? What are the hobbies that they carry? What are the habits that they carry? Negative or good? Start thinking about that, because you are a product of the 5 people you surround yourself with, the closest 5 people. Some of us don't even have 5 friends. For you introverts, stay tuned. I got something for y'all towards the end, so just stay with me, okay? But regardless if you feel it or not, or whether you know it or not, you pick it up or not, they have an influence on you. They plant little seeds in you. And if the more you hang out with them, it starts to water. You start to water it. And before you even know it, the weed starts to grow, and then you act out of a character. You're like, where the hell did this come from? Well, let me tell you, you've been hanging out with the person who cusses every other 5 words. So no wonder you be cussing every other 3. It happens. It happens to me too. So don't worry. You are a product of your environment. So make sure you choose your environment wisely. You might think you're strong enough. You have a good, strong will. But trust me, little did you know, there's still seeds being planted. So I want to read a scripture from 1 Corinthians 15:32. This was the first letter written by Apostle Paul, which is just another word of one of the disciples. Apostle is just the original. So Apostle Paul, he used to literally kill Christians for, like, ordained by the government. And now he gave his life to Christ. So anyway, he's writing a letter to the church of Corinth, which in fact, the ruins are still located 50 miles west of Athens, Greece today, just so you guys could have a little aspect of where this is, because this actually took place. Sometimes we forget that the Bible is actually a history documented book of things that actually happened in real life that people witnessed. And we just think it's another fantasy book. But this stuff actually happened in real life, y'all. So don't forget that. So anyway, Apostle Paul is writing a letter to the Church of Corinth and basically telling them how people are not believing that Jesus raised from the dead. So he's expressing his frustration like, then what the hell are we here for? Why are we even doing this? Why do you go to work every day? Why do you go to school every day? Like, what's our purpose to life? If Jesus didn't raise from the dead, what is the point of all of this? Like, it's all gone to vain. So he says, if I fought with beasts in Ephesus as a mere man, what good did that do me? If the dead are not raised, let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. Come to your senses of stop sinning, for some people are ignorant about God. I say this to your shame. Bad company corrupts good character. In other words, a lot of people say this, I say this, and I actually live by this because I believe it and I've seen it. Bad company corrupts good character. If you have 10 apples and one of them is rotten, what happens to the rest of the 9? Sooner or later, you're going to have to toss out the whole batch because they all got contagious, or that one was contagious, got the others contaminated, and you're going to have to throw out the whole batch. So think about your 10 friends, some of us 5 friends, some of us 3 friends. It's okay. And you're one of the other apples. Sooner or later, it's going to start, that contamination is going to come to you. It's going to enter your heart. It's going to enter your mind. And then you're going to start acting on it. The older and older you get, the smaller and smaller your circle becomes. Your ambitions change, your goals change, your political views and beliefs may change. We're human, we evolve. That's what we do. And especially when we have all the information we need at our fingertips, we have new information coming to us every day. Some of us go to college, some of us start a new business, whatever it might be. Some of us have families. We learn, we get wiser. Well, hopefully some of us, we'd get wiser. No, just kidding. We get wiser. So we start to change a little bit, and that's not bad. And sometimes the people who refuse to change or don't want to change look at it as a bad thing, but it's really not. There's a philosopher that said, life is understood backwards, but must be lived forward. Meaning we grow, we develop. So start assessing who you allow to pour into you. You're a cup. Okay, just think about it this. You're a cup. And all the people that are around you start pouring into you. Maybe a little bit of depression, maybe a little anxiety, maybe a little bit of doubt, maybe a little bit of self-down talking, maybe a little bit of pessimistic, maybe whatever it might be. You could be the happiest person. You could be the most positive person. You wake up and you do your morning routine and with gratitude and affirmations. And once you start getting around these people, you're like, it starts impacting you in a negative way. And it could even develop to the point where you start acting on and becoming a little bit like that. It's like, let me tell you a story. I have a friend where I have been hanging out with for I think like a year now. And he has bad road rage, where I would say, I don't have road rage. I could care less. Okay, let me not say never, but I do have road rage every once in a while. Let me not lie on here on record. But usually people cut me off, whatever. I've done it before. Y'all done it before. Don't be acting like y'all don't be cutting people off and then get mad when people cut you off. Y'all be doing it too. So people got to go somewhere. You never know if they got a pregnant wife in the back seat. You never know if they just got an emergency call. You never know if they need to catch the next flight to go, whatever it might be. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but that's the way I think. Whatever people want to do, whatever. But I've been noticing that lately I started reacting differently. I started thinking differently and getting a little bit of road rage and getting frustrated and getting angry super easily. So I started to think that's not me. I'm acting out of character. Like, where is this coming from? And the more and more I reflected on it, I've noticed my behavior with that. It was because my friend is always getting upset about what's going on and whatever road rage is happening. And to him, it might be nothing. It's normal. But to me, it's like, no. That's just a simple example. So now thinking about in your whole aspect of your whole entire life, of your goals and your ambitions and your career, in your education, in your business. Proverbs 22, 24, 25 says, some of y'all gonna be a little upset, but this is what the word of God says. Don't be afraid. Don't befriend angry people or associate with hot-tempered people, or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. It's just like when you surround yourself with somebody who smokes a lot and you're trying to quit smoking, for example. It's going to be difficult to quit because your surroundings isn't full of that environment. Just as if you're trying to get yourself out of the project, if you're trying to get yourself out of this community, out of poverty, out of gang affiliated things, if your community has so much influence on you, because the mind is a powerful tool. So whatever you're feeding it, it's going to grow. It's important to choose your friends wisely. And sometimes it's important to choose our community. And sometimes our community is our family. And someone's like, well, blood is thicker than water. I get that. But at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your soul. It's your heart. It's your mind. You could love somebody, but you could love them from a distance. Just like I have people, let's just say, where te quiero, pero te quiero bien lejos. Like, I love you, but I love you from a distance. Like, I'll say what's up with you. I'll say what's up with you. When I see you, I'll give you a hug. I'm no bad blood. Some of them. No bad blood, but you know what? Where I am going and the purpose that I'm headed to and the ambition and the goals that I'm trying to achieve, your characteristics and your mindset and your heart are not going to help me achieve to get there. You know what? I love you, but I need to step away from you. I need to step back. Maybe not cut entirely, burn that bridge entirely. And sometimes you do need to burn that bridge. And if you need to burn that bridge, that's okay. That is okay. And sometimes you just need to get a distance. You know what? I love you and all, but where I'm headed to and where my purpose got me, you can't come with me. You can't come with me. For all my introverts out there, thanks for staying. First and foremost, but for all my introverts out there, like, you know what? This is why I don't hang out with none of y'all, because all of y'all are messed up. I am good by myself. I'll be good with myself. It's me, myself, and I. That's fine. I don't even like people anyway. Well, guess what? I got a message for you too. I'm sorry, but you need to find community. And this is why. 2 people are better off than 1, for they could help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other could reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Y'all introverts are in real trouble. Likewise, 2 people lying close together could keep each other warm. But how can one be warm alone? I know, for real. Some of us are fortunate than others during weather. Anyway, a person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but 2 could stand back to back and conquer. 3 are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. And what that means, the 3rd one you invite in. So, for example, your spouse, they're a part of your community. In fact, they're probably in the top 5, and they have a lot to say in what you do in your life. So in that relationship, into your family, invite God in. Invite God in and be like, you know what? I can't do this by myself. We can't do this by ourselves. God, will you help us out? Because no matter how much life pulls at you, no matter how much life tugs at you, no matter how much weight you have to carry, a triple braided cord is not easily broken. So introverts, find somebody you could cling on to. It could be a family member. It could be your mom. It could be a friend. It could be a therapist. Find somebody, because we've all been there. I've been there, where we're crying ourselves to sleep at 2 a.m. and we're just so deep in our thoughts, and we're just these negative thoughts that keep coming in our head that we don't know where it's coming from, but it keeps coming. And now we start to believe them, or somebody told us something that really just stuck in our minds, and that's all that we could think of. Whatever that negative comment was, we've all been there, and we all needed somebody to be like, snap out of it, get it together. Or you know what? Sometimes we need that. It's going to be okay. You are smart. You have goals. You're going to achieve them. Yeah, maybe that business flopped. Maybe it didn't work that time. Maybe you need to freshen up a little bit, but you know what? You have it going and don't stop. That's why it's important to have a community around you, to have somebody, to have a friend in those times of need. Find somebody, cling on to them, because you'll see how it'll start to water your flowers and you'll start to blossom. That's why it's so important to have community. And sometimes those community are producing weeds growing in our hearts, in our minds, in our souls. And we need to pull them out. And how do you pull a weed? Is by the root. Mama, you taught me well, just saying, okay? You pull them by the root and you toss them. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's necessary. But the things that we need to do, that's necessary for the things we need to do. Make sure you find somebody to help you grow. If you're the wisest person in the room, find another room. Don't get in a comfortable spot. Keep pushing forward. Learn something new. Ask the questions. It doesn't matter if you think you sound like the most amateur person in the room. Ask the question. There is no dumb questions, okay? Because at one point somebody didn't have that information and now they do. It just so happens right now you don't have the information. And when you ask, now you will. Find somebody, find a community. If it's time to clean up house, it's time to clean up house. And that's okay. Remember, te quiero, pero te quiero bien lejos. I love you, but I love you from a little distance. Guys, thank you for tuning in for Girl Talk, Real Talk. I'm so happy to be back. I'm overjoyed. I'm so excited for all the new things coming our way. If you are not following us on social media, please give us a follow on our IG page. It's girlt.realty. And if you're not following us on our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe and you're going to be notified. Hit that little bell button so you get notifications every first Tuesday. We're coming out with the episode. Thank you guys. That's the tea for today.